Even better than I was the last time, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
ooh. We back.
I'm good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Trinity, and today I'm doing this video for a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm getting a lot of comments still. I did post a video titled "We Broke Up," and that was a question and answer video to let you guys know that me and my ex broke up. And I'm still getting comments just asking where is so-and-so. I'm not gonna say his name at all in this video because it's not necessary. And I understand why people are still wanting to know what happened in the comments, or just wanting to know where is he, because if you look at my older story times, like my older ones, you hear me bring him up because he was part of my life, he was part of my experiences. Some people don't know what happened between us or if we broke up or not, so I understand that some people may just be confused because they haven't seen him on my channel. I did remove all of the videos with him in it. I mean, we did do the boyfriend does my makeup, we did the Bean Boozled challenge, we tasted some, was it Japanese treats or Germany treats? So we did a whole lot of videos together, so I do understand why people are wanting to know in the comments, and I haven't addressed it or really gave y'all the tea on what happened between us. And in a way, I do feel like I owe it to you guys to let you know what happened. I mean, he was on my channel. Some of y'all got attached because I know that some of you were rooting for us. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? You know, you see couples on YouTube all the time, and I was rooting for us too. Like, I was really rooting for us. I mean, I was with him for about 3 years, but I mean, things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, things change, people change. And let me make a disclaimer right now for those of you that are just tuning in and don't really know about me and his relationship, which nobody knows about me and his relationship or what we were going through. But just a disclaimer, we broke up about 6 months ago. So, I mean, I may seem kind of just okay with it, or real chill, or heartless, cold, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't take me more than 6 months to get over someone. It doesn't even take, look, if you're in a relationship that caused you a lot of stress, that really did just bring you down a lot, you're not going to be upset after the breakup. I mean, some people are, but not me. If you feel like throughout this video I'm being cold or heartless, whatever you want to call it, I mean, I've always had tough skin, and I'm always about moving forward and not just sitting in a corner crying about my struggles. And I don't sit in the closet and cry about what could have been. Honestly, when you fed up, you fed up. I mean, when you sick and tired, you sick and tired, and I got sick and tired. And I really did love this guy with all of my heart. I really did. So let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll wait right here. I would love y'all to give this video a thumbs up because I'm taking time out to, I mean, to be honest, I don't want to do this video, but I feel like I should do it, and I owe it to you guys to give you that information. And if I'm talking about being bold and brave and beautiful on my channel, that's my motto that I always encourage you guys to do, then I should be bold enough and brave enough to kind of let you into my life, and this may help someone. So make sure to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, just to encourage me a little bit more that it's okay to give you guys this information, like you really appreciate it. So me and my ex, we first met each other freshman year. We were just really cool, but I was single, and we were just really cool friends. We weren't even trying to get to that point. We just continued to be friends, and eventually we started to get closer and closer, and we eventually got together. And from that point, everything was good. Everything was good at first. Every relationship is good at first, until you start to see certain things. You start to see their flaws, and you start to see how they react to certain things. I did see a few things. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to give every ounce of detail. Like, some things are just his business, you know, his business. But then you start to see some things, you know, you start to see their flaws, how they react to certain things, and a little bit more of who they are. There was a few questionable things that I observed, or that I was part of with him, that did make me doubt some things about him. There was something that I didn't like, or something that made me feel really uncomfortable. I did let him know right then and there. I actually think it's very important to communicate in your relationships. I think the reason why a lot of marriages and relationships fail is because they don't communicate the right way. This was something that he did that made me feel like he wasn't as loyal to me as I thought he was. And he was on the track team at the university, and he would hang out with a lot of the females on the track team. And of course, I'm not running track, I'm just, you know, doing me. Putting on the freshman 15, for real. But anyways, he was really close with these females on the track team, and they weren't too fond of me at all. They seemed really jealous, absolutely, because when I came around, one time, you guys, one time I came around these girls to greet them and say hey, and the next day he was telling me that yeah, she's rude, she seems bougie, stuck up, who does she think she is? They judged me so quick, and I was just like, well, whatever, like there's nothing I can do. But it was this one time where I had his phone. Long story short, I had his phone. It wasn't like oh, I'm about to sneak his phone. It was just like I already used this phone. I think he had a game on that phone too. I think I would play games on his phone. But when I had his phone and I was playing the game, I did see like a notification. Now I wasn't going to be nosy, but before this happened, he was kind of giving me a hard time about certain things that I would do. He was giving me a really hard time with the guy friends that I would hang around. I paused the game and I did look at the notification, and the notification was from, I'm over here saying notification, the text. The text message was from one of the girls on the track team, and I'm reading the conversation because I didn't understand the message. I had to be like, okay, what did he say that made her say this? I find out that he's trying to come off as if I'm forcing him to be around me. The text messages were kind of like, yeah, I don't even want to be around her. I don't even want to hang with her. I'd rather hang with y'all. Bruh. And for me to read that, I'm just like, bruh, what? I'm not forcing you to be around me. You have been dissing them for me. You chose to make me more of a priority. You chose to do that. It's kind of like, why are you fronting? Like, why are you lying on me? Because you already know these girls don't like me, and now you want to make it seem like I'm trying to take all of your attention, which is gonna make them not like me more. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yo, are you the reason that they don't like me? Is there something that you kind of made them think behind my back that has caused them not to like me and to talk junk about me? This concerned me a whole lot, because I'm just like, you're trying to get with me, like you're trying to actually be with me, but you rather please your female friends. Like, they ain't got no boyfriends they like. That's why I was just like, you know what, maybe one of these girls actually liked him that way. But when I confronted him about it to say, you know what, do one of these girls like you? He was like, no. That's what he said at first. But of course, as this kept on going on, he was just like, oh yeah, maybe one of them does. Okay, all right. Most frustrating thing about this was the fact that he was trying to please both sides, and I'm just like, what? Like, most guys would always make the girl they're trying to be with more of a priority than female friends that are supposed to be rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, she may be the one and I'm happy for you and all of that, but they weren't even in support of something that was making him happy. But maybe he was lying so much to where they didn't think that I was making him happy. I was so upset after reading those text messages. I confronted him. See, I don't know, some girls are very quiet, and you know, they just would have been like, hey, I don't want to talk to you no more, and they would have went. But no, I'm gonna confront you about it. We gonna talk about it, and you gonna tell me why you lying. I confronted him about it, and it was like a pretty big argument, because like, wouldn't you be upset? That was one thing from the beginning that I was kind of like, I don't know, like, you kind of shady. But he did eventually apologize for it, and I believe we didn't talk for a minute, but then we just kind of linked back up, and just decided to move forward. For me, it was kind of like strike one, just to be honest, because I'm only gonna give you 3 strikes to get it right, brother. I know everyone's not perfect, and I don't want a perfect guy. That's not what I want. I want someone that's going to make efforts to be a better person. And by the way, this wasn't when we were officially together. This was around the, I guess you can say, talking or just getting to know each other. He wanted to be in a relationship with me and I wasn't ready. So that's how that was. That's why it didn't make any sense that he would lie on me about me trying to take all of his time when it was the other way around. We got even closer. He wasn't cool with those track girls anymore. Why? Because they weren't really supporting him. I told him before that them girls wasn't his friends, but hey, people don't listen. But he eventually found out that those girls were not genuinely his friends. I think they just probably had a crush on him. But anyways, we got closer and even more closer, and then eventually I decided to be with him. Even though things were good, now that I am looking back on it, so this is something that I didn't see before, but I can see it now. Around a certain point of our relationship, his life started to shift a whole lot. He started to have certain things go on in his life that probably did affect him. And of course, me being his girlfriend and really caring about him, when he was getting affected by it, I was getting affected by it. And even though it is very, you know, sweet, like, oh, that's so nice, you know, that you caring that much about him. Even though it was very kind of me to care that much about him, it really started to even change my life because his life was changing. Like if there was something going on with him, I would put whatever I had on hold to make sure I was there for him. This is what you call putting what you want on hold for other people. It's okay to be there for someone, but when it starts to be just overwhelming, then that's when it can become a problem. But I really did care about him, and when I'm down for someone, I'm down for someone. No one wants to see the person that they really care about down in the dumps. You're gonna try to encourage them and pick them back up, and that's what I tried to do with him. Off and on throughout the whole relationship, things were good, but there were some things that were bad. I mean, we did go through arguments, we did have disagreements. Lord knows he got on my nerves. And I'm sure I got on his nerves too. One thing I did not like about him was the fact that he did not communicate at all, like at all. This was something I eventually saw about him that I didn't see before. I was just like, man, it's kind of hard to talk to him. Like if I made him upset, he wouldn't tell me what I did to make him upset. He'll just kind of have an attitude throughout the day. And then I'm just kind of like, hey, is there something wrong? Like, he kind of got an attitude. And then he's just like, oh, well, I didn't like this. And I'm like, well, why didn't you say anything? If you told me what I did to make you upset when it first happened, then I would have apologized for it and we probably could have moved on. So he wasn't the best communicator. He just really bottled a whole lot of things in. And honestly, that really, I mean, I know a little bit more detail about his life, but I'm just gonna say, don't hold in any emotions. Don't bottle things in. If you have a problem with someone, you need to confront them and you need to forgive and forget. I know a lot of people say forgive and never forget, but the right way is to forgive and forget. I mean, of course you won't forget what they did, but you're not supposed to hold that over their head after you forgive them. You're supposed to give them a clean slate. And honestly, it's hard to do. I'm gonna just be honest and just transparent and just say this. It's kind of hard for me to forgive people sometimes. That's just the honest truth. Like if someone really hurts me to the core, it may be really hard for me to forgive them. I'm the type of person that will say, hey, I haven't forgiven you yet. That's it. I let people know from the get-go, you know, I'm still somewhere inside of me is still angry about this, and you just gonna have to give me some time. Because if I'm gonna forgive someone, I want to forgive them the right way. I don't want to say, oh yeah, I forgive you, and then, you know, still a little bit pissed inside. You know, I want to do it the right way. But anyways, yes, ranting and telling the story, it's okay. But like I was saying, he was very hard to talk to. He didn't really communicate. And I would encourage him over and over again to communicate, like, hey man, you just need to communicate more, and you know, we could probably not have these problems. Another thing that I want to share with you guys that I feel comfortable enough to share with you guys about, there wasn't any teamwork. And like, I'm all about equality in relationships, okay? Like 50-50. I'm a Libra, okay? I don't live by my zodiac sign. I just one day found out that I was a Libra, and I found out that, you know what? This actually sounds like who I am. I don't want anyone coming across me thinking that they know me all because they know I'm a Libra, but I'm just saying some things is just kind of like, man, it kind of spot on about this. One thing's for sure about me is that I like things equal, and no one wants to feel like they're putting in more effort than other people. Like when you're in school and you have a group project, you don't want that one person not doing anything. Everyone else is actually making an effort to complete the assignment. No one wants to feel like they're doing more than other people. Like, that's not like that's not fair. I mean, am I making sense? I feel like I'm making perfect sense. I really do. By the way, this was around the time that we were living together. So some of you may not know, but we were living together for a minute. So yep. If I'm gonna be making these adjustments for you, why can't you make these adjustments for me? It's not even drastic changes. Like, it's the simple things. Simplest things, like the simplest things. Certain things that would only take you about a second to do. There was a time where I really didn't see him the same anymore, and it's because he changed. Like, he wasn't the guy that I met before. He was like turning into a whole new person, and it was kind of scary for real, because it was just like, man, we've been together for so long, and now you want to switch up. Now you want to become someone totally different. I even found myself getting really annoyed by him, and I don't know, like I just started to become really unhappy because every day seemed to be an argument. The bad days were starting to outweigh the good days, and it was to the point, I kid you not, it was to the point where I couldn't even remember a good day. This is my thing. When you're in a relationship with someone, you should always encourage them to be better. You should be there to support them. You should be there to encourage them. You should be there to hold them accountable. You should be there to listen to whatever they have to say. There were times where he was going through certain things, and I was there to help him, to encourage him to be better. Like, I'm trying not to go into detail, but I'm just gonna say, if I'm encouraging you to do something that's gonna better your life, then why would you not do it? For an example, this is only an example. If you have a very close friend, let's say your best friend, and you know she has class at 8 a.m. in the morning, and she's still lying in bed. If you really genuinely care about your friend, you're going to encourage her to get up to make it to her class. Am I right or am I right? You're not gonna just let her miss a class that you know she needs to be at, right? Because you want to encourage her to get up to go to class, and you want to also make sure you're holding her accountable to do what she needs to do. There were times where I always encouraged him to do what he needed to do to better his life. You can't be depressed and upset about your situation if you're not making any effort to get out that situation. If I'm on the side being your biggest cheerleader, trying to get you to the end of the tunnel where the light is, and all you want to do is procrastinate and tell me that, oh, well, you just nagging. But he looked at me as if I was doing too much, like I was just nagging. I'm like, no, this is for you. Like, this is for you. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want anyone in my life that's not gonna hold me accountable, that's not going to encourage me to do what I need to do. See, there are some people out there that will let you fall on your face. They claim that they care about you and love you so much, but they'll watch you fall on your face. And there's people like me that will do everything they can to not let you fall at all. And then also there are people out here that don't want to fall on their face, so they do what they need to do. And there's other people that need to fall on their face in order to do what they need to do. I started to realize that maybe he didn't love himself, and you have to love yourself before you can love other people. And I eventually started to be like, you know what, maybe this is just him. Like, maybe he just doesn't love himself. Maybe he just has personal issues within himself. Some people don't want to be better, you know. Some people just don't want to be better, and it sounds really bad, but it's true. A lot of people say they want a better life, but they're not doing anything to better their life. And those are people that deep down probably don't want to be better. It's only a thought, it's only a dream, it's only a moment that they're feeling that they want better, but it's not something that they're really thirsty for every day. And in my situation, it turned out that I was putting forth effort to get through it, and he was just blind. And when I'm saying blind because for the longest he thought everything was good, which blew me, because I came to him letting him know, you know what, I'm not really happy. You know, I think our relationship is, you know, going a different direction. I feel like we need to work on some things. And his response was like, everything seems fine to me. I don't see anything wrong. A problem? I don't see a problem. No matter how hard I tried to tell him that I wasn't happy, or that I felt like we just needed to do things to better the relationship, nah, he wasn't hearing it. It was as if I was talking to a wall. And my response would be like, no, everything's not okay. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, eventually I got fed up. Trust me, I got fed up. I was just like, man, I know I've been holding it down with you for a minute, but like, I can't do this no more. I held on tight, man. I held on tight. I really did. But when you get sick and tired, you get sick and tired. I got sick and tired. Okay, I was just like, I just can't do it anymore. And there's so much more detail that led up to the breakup towards like the last 2 months before the breakup. But I'm gonna have to put that in another video, because that kind of attaches to what happened after we broke up, which, I mean, if you follow me on Twitter or you've seen my Snapchat, you know that this is now becoming somewhat of a legal situation. So I have to wait, because I don't even know if I can like share that part as of right now, but I have to put that in another video. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. It is extra long. I may have to cut it in 2 parts. I don't even know. But I just want to tell you guys that no way, shape, or form am I trying to say that he's a horrible person. Nobody's perfect. And honestly, I wasn't the perfect girlfriend. There were things that I could have done better. Even though I really did love him, I wasn't gonna stick around and be unhappy. Like, what I look like. I stuck around long enough, don't you think? There are a lot of women out there that don't want to end a relationship because they've been in it for so long, and honestly sometimes it's because they don't believe anyone else will love them. But not me. Like, I have a whole lot to give. I know my worth, I know my value, I know I'm good, and any man will be lucky to have me as a partner in their life. I do believe it does take a lot of confidence to understand your worth, to leave a relationship that you've been in for a minute. And I want to encourage all of you girls, ladies, women out there to understand your worth. I mean, because it's not worth staying in a relationship just for you to be mistreated or unhappy. That is it. I am done. Wow, this video was so real. I'm just happy to get it over with, set the record straight, and hopefully this helps someone. I will be doing another video. It's gonna be more about what happened after the breakup, and it's gonna be after I'm done taking care of the situation. If you guys enjoyed this video, If you did, you already know, give me a thumbs up. Y'all, I'm so drained. I'm so drained. My Starbucks is all watered down. But make sure you guys be bold, be brave, and be beautiful. And I will talk to y'all in my next video. I am done.
Gotta watch out for my mother. Get a watch with all that glitters. Come in clutters, different colors. Been a baller, been for butler, chauffeur, hit a stainer. Did I stutter? Did a ton of drugs and did better than